What's going on, YouTube? Taz Flash here. I said to myself I wouldn't do another rant video, but I'm pissed. I'm fuming pissed. And nobody really cares to listen to me, so it's fine if nobody watches this blog. It's really just me venting on what's been bothering me and what's gotten me here. So, here I go. I've been trying to hold my life together for longer than I can remember. And trying to be the sweet, loving guy that's there for everybody. Give you the shirt off my back, my last cigarette, even the last of my weed, and anybody that knows me knows I love that more than anything in this world. But for what? So that people could see me as a duck? I'm not a duck. Being good to everyone is not a weakness that can be exploited or that should be exploited. You take your grievances against the world because there aren't any decent people left in this world. But that's because all the decent people like me that understand how to love on the world and want nothing more than to love the world and help everybody come up while I come up, they're all snuffed out with your griminess, with your do this for me, do that for me. Oh, you need me now? Oh, well, fuck you. That's not my problem. Alright. If it's not your problem, then the next time you've got a problem, it's not going to be my problem. Because I'm done. Licking boot for what? So that I could surround myself around people that I thought I could trust, just so that they could become a bunch of junkies and fucking walk all over me and treat me like I don't matter, that it only matters that I do what they want me to do, that I only get as bad as they want to be. Yeah, I did that. I got real bad in Fort Lauderdale. I got so bad I'm ashamed of what I became. And that's why I had to get the heck out of there, to salvage who I am, to get back to who I am. And yeah, I tried to take a few people with me. I tried to do my darndest to make sure that a couple of different people had an opportunity to come with me. It didn't quite work out where I planned it, but I would have totally paid an extra Greyhound ticket to take somebody out of that situation with me. But loyalty only stands so long as you're doing your part to make the other one happy. That's my experience in life. There hasn't been any real true loyalty to me except for a handful of people. And I give them the biggest props in the world because I'm a handful. I mean well, but I always tend to screw everything up. Make the worst decisions even though they seem like the right ones at the time. Associate with the people that I was too blind to realize I should have stayed away from. Because I saw good in their heart. But I couldn't see past their addictions and their hurt and pain in the world. Not so much that I couldn't see past them. I couldn't do anything about it, and I was blind to that fact. That no matter what I did for these people, they got where they got in life. Just like I got where I've gotten in life. Because of our own problems. Everybody wants to blame it on somebody else when something goes wrong in their life. They never want to look at themselves and take a little accountability. Yeah, I was on Molly in Florida. I was pretty bad on Molly, and I got two of my best friends hooked on it. It makes me fucking sick to my stomach thinking about how I may have contributed to ruining two people's life for good. One was in rehab. I could have just smoked weed with him. But I had to push it. I had to start him on Molly and down a dark path that he tried so hard to get away from and was doing so good. That's on me. That's accountability, people. That's realizing that you screwed up and calling yourself out for it. Not turning around and making it about their screw-ups and how, oh, well, he could have said no to smoking Molly with me. Or how he was tempted and sold my tablet off for a gram of Molly. I put that temptation in his heart by getting him started on it. And then when he was spiraling out of control, I seen the error of my flaws. I seen that I needed to get away from it. And I seen that if I didn't get him away from it then, it would ruin the rest of his life. But it was too late. He was too far gone on it. And then he turned around when I walked away and took advantage of my trust. Simple as that. Yeah, he did plenty of wrong, but he wasn't the only one in the wrong. Neither was my so-called brother, Fat Boy. Yeah, he came out after serving some time, and he got hooked back on old shit, and wasn't really doing what he should, wasn't working with me to get out of our situation together. Wouldn't even call Social Security to find out if he could get his check back so we could get off the streets together. No, he expected me to do all the lifting and get us off the streets, and then he was going to take care of what he had to take care of. But here's the problem. I was on the streets for so long because I don't get enough from SSI to afford a place by myself in Florida. If I could, I wouldn't have needed to be around these people. I could have been off to myself. I could have saved up a hell of a lot more money. I could have never gotten situated in that situation with the Molly or half the other drugs I did while I was in Fort Lauderdale. This is accountability. This is me realizing that, yeah, I've been done dirty, and I've been done dirty my whole life by people that I considered loved ones, people I considered family. But I can't fully put it on them. I can't put it all on my mom that I was on the streets. No. Yeah, she put me out there. That's because I wouldn't bite my tongue and just cope with whatever she threw at me. Do I feel that I should have to cope with whatever somebody wants to throw at me just because their life is shit and they want to make me feel miserable about myself? No. It's my mom. I was up here in Colorado in 2016. I was about to get me a union job, and I was going to walk away from Social Security, starting off doing drywall, which I'm real good at, for $25 an hour with union benefits and union medical. I could have had a deposit on a house and been driving by now, people. My mom called me up. She said a hurricane ripped her roof off. And I came all the way back to Florida. I came to her house to help her fix her roof. But when I got there, oh no, I paid a deposit on this roofing company that hasn't come back, and I gotta wait for them to come back so that they can do the work, because I already paid them to do the work. You're here to do this, that, and the other around the house, like sort the tool shed and move my room around 10,000 times in 8 months before I get sick of you being around and strand you on the streets. I made the choice to come back to Florida, knowing very well that Florida is the worst for me. I grew up there. I got nowhere there. I found no happiness. I found temporary happiness in girlfriends that just weren't right. They made me hate myself and made me want to die. Made me want to give up. Just like sometimes my girl now does. I love her to death, but that's why I'm in this mood this morning. Because I had a really long night because my roommates wouldn't go to sleep. And I wanted to talk to her about it and get a little support out of her. And what she say to me? That doesn't sound like my problem. It's not your problem, Linda. The past 2 weeks or so, you've been going through hell, and I've kissed your butt and been by your side and threw away our plans so that you can handle stuff that you're going through. What? So that when I've got an issue, you can tell me it's not your problem? It is your problem. Because you're my girl, you're my fiance. We're supposed to have a life together. And you can't jump on board to talk to me about something I'm going through that's not even a quarter as stressful as what you're going through. And I've dropped everything that I've been going through because I love you and I know you're going through some shit. And I wanted to be there for you. But it doesn't matter how much I put me aside. Because it's got to be all about you guys. Not just my girl. Not just the people there in Fort Lauderdale. It's all about everybody else. And I've been all about everybody else. Look at me. Do I look healthy to you people? $7.50 a month I get. And I look crap. Like this. Why? Because I threw everything I have into coming up here. So that I could team up with someone that I know that I've made things work with before. For what? So I could be told when I can and can't go? So I could be kept up all night? So that I could deal with things that I don't agree with in the house that I'm supposed to be able to consider my home too? So that I can feel like a third party in a plan that was supposed to be the two of us? I got nothing against the other guy in the room. No. He's cool as hell. And I know that he'll do the best he can to have our back and help us make it through this winter up here. And for that, he'll have a permanent seat by our side. The further we go up, the further he's going to come up. That's how I work. You show me that loyalty that I show you, that I show everybody. There's nothing I won't do. I put my own health aside for everybody else. For what? So I can sit here and have to make another one of these rant videos? Because nobody wants to hear it from me in person? Well, guess what? Now you guys get to hear it from me along with the rest of the world. I'm done. That's what this channel is about. This channel is about building something that can give me my independence from stupid people that only care about coming up and don't care how they hurt people to do so or what they got to take from anybody to do so. It doesn't matter that you're killing good people's hearts and making monsters out of us so that you can come up. I can name tons of freaking names. One of them starts with a T, and I'm not going to go there because I'm not doing politics here on this blog. But I hated that man long before he got into politics, and I'll never like him. I'd never trust him. He's as bad as Romney. He would have sold this country off piece for piece. A quarter of this country would belong to Japan. Another quarter of it would have belonged to England. We would have had a good third of a quarter belonging to Russia. We wouldn't be America anymore if Romney made it in. I'm not saying that Obama did so much better. But Trump, fuck that. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to do the politics of this blog, but it's a rant about everything that's pissing me off. Like Social Security. Yeah, I did a rant on this one already. But I don't think I said enough after what I've gone through since I did that video. It's been a good 8 or so months ago since I did that video. But I went through a hellish battle with Social Security. 4 months of being on the streets in one of the worst cities in Florida. Just no money, no support from anybody. I had to put myself in league with a bunch of crackheads and junkies so that I could make it through those 4 months. And I even sold weed because I needed an income. And if the government was going to screw me over, Social Security was going to screw me over, and the world was going to leave me destitute by myself, I was going to come up using the one thing I loved the most. Weed. So yeah, I sold a little bit of weed. And I aligned myself with people that didn't wind up being the best to be around me. Because they kept on stealing my weed and stealing my money and put me out of business. And I had to keep on scraping from the bottom to come up and re-up to start all over so that I could get out of Florida. That never happened. I wound up getting my check back first. And then I spent another 3, 4, 5 months sitting out there being used and exploited for my resources so that everybody else could get high and complain and bitch about their problems and make them my fault. Oh, because you smoked crack and didn't wake up to go to the plasma center and donate, and now you got some hood boys from the library tent city chasing you down to kill you, to fight you while you're hanging out with me. You brought heat to our place where we hang out, where we considered it sanctuary, because you decided to stay up all night smoking crack and didn't go donate plasma. I had to sit there and deal with that. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for listening to me vent. As usual, feels right. Peace, love, and dope. Peace out, y'all.